Hello, beautiful souls. Welcome, welcome. So, today I'm going to bring you forward February's energy reading. And so, I am, I can't believe it's February already. And the last couple of days, we've had so much shifts in energy with the full moon and Mercury going to retrograde. This is kind of fitting, this reading for Mercury retrograde, because there's a lot of reevaluating, reinvention, things like that are happening. And so I am using this beautiful deck to help pull in the energy. And it's decided this was a great opportunity to work with Kali. She is a goddess of death and rebirth and shows up in many forms to help us through transformation, realizing that all this transformation is happening for our own liberation. It is happening for us to bring in our heart center magic, to bring in more divine love, and to live a life spiritually guided from love. And through this, we have to liberate ourselves, and we have to shift and change in order for these things to happen. So, this beautiful deck is going to help us bring in this energy and help us move forward in what is available for February. So, what energy is out there for us to tap into and to work with this, and working with it in our highest good? How is this going to benefit us? And I want you to take what you believe to be true to you. If it resonates, great. If it doesn't, leave it at the door. Don't bring it into you. But there is some powerful messages and four amazing goddesses that showed up to work with us today. And I'm excited to bring this forward to you. Now, February is the overwhelm thing is transformation, and the transformation and reinvention of ourself happens through suffering. Either we are currently suffering through something, and suffering can be anywhere from something really traumatic that happened, maybe an injury, or to constant things that you tell yourself over and over again. We are not here to suffer. We are here to bring happiness and joy is our purpose. Suffering, though, through these lessons helps us to evolve and bring in more love and transform that suffering into love and happiness. Suffering is here to help transform us. It is not here for us to stay still and stagnant in. Some of these lessons for us are surfacing now, are things that have already surfaced. And how you choose to face them will have a huge impact on your outcome and the way that you move forward. Now is not the time to stick into it, to back down, to cower away. Now is the time to face these head on, to destroy them, quote unquote, in order to start anew and to be even stronger, to build a stronger connection to spirit, to divine, and to bring in more love into your life and more love into you. Now, some questions that you can encounter along the way to help you, some things for you to sit with and answer or reflect on, whatever feels good to you. How can you choose love? How can you let love in? How can you feel divine love even greater? How can you be a channel of divine love? And how can you allow divine love to channel through you so that it moves out to others? And how can you greater love yourself? How can you choose to let these walls that you have built around your heart go in order to let more love in. Moving through this suffering, these lessons are really going to help empower you, and it's really going to help empower others. So we have 4 amazing variations of the divine feminine Kali that have come to us to help us in these transformation. And this beautiful one, let me make sure I get this. This beautiful one is Dhumavati, she who is made of smoke. You know the saying, where there's smoke, there is fire. So underneath the smoke, there could be smothering flames coming through. She helps us to radically reinvent ourselves. And she reminds us to really understand the importance of unconditional trust. The unconditional trust in the process, the unconditional trust in timing, the unconditional trust that we are love, that we are divine, that we are here for a beautiful human experience, to experience all these emotions, but also to remember our divine, our soul, our path. So she reminds us to trust and to speak the truth. I know growing up, I had my grandma, and she's really near and dear to me, and I've spoke about her a lot. But one of the things that her beliefs was, if I did not speak it into existence, it did not happen, which is not the case. But if you don't speak it into existence, then you are not able to transform it. And therefore, you stay in that suffering. So speak those things into existence. So your fear, whatever fear that you have, speak it so that then you can transfer it. Then you can begin to heal it. Because as you hold on to and you don't speak it, you are just allowing it to sit there like the coals burning, allowing that smoke to come up. And Dhumavati, she is here to help you move past this, the smoke. She is here to help you thrive. She's here to remind you that honesty is the best policy, and that you have the courage to move through this suffering. You have the courage to move beyond your limiting beliefs, to move beyond anything that you have been told by yourself or others. She is here, right here and now, to tell you you have this opportunity, this blessing right now to face this. Whether it is an argument that you have in your family, whether it's you feel unjust, whether you are fighting for your rights, whether it is you are not enough, whether it's the fear of stepping into a new light, whether it's the fear of doing something new, whether it's a fear of starting a new job, whether it's a fear of leaving a relationship that is not of your highest good. But until you're able to speak it into existence, you're not able to transform. And she is here to help you with that in this moment, to reconnect and to move through it. A very, very powerful energy. She's here to help us to release the fears and move forward. The next energy that we have, the next goddess that's here for us to help us, is Anahata Kali. Anahata Kali, the mother of the sacred universal heart. Here to remind us to trust in the divine love, to bring in peace in our hearts, to feel peace. Our journey of our soul is to move from our head to our heart. Our heart is where our soul lives. It's where we connect our heaven to earth. It is where the divine love comes through and shines out and shines within. It is our human self that begins to live in our head, and our human self that tells us it's not time, that we're not good enough, that we can never do that, that has to weigh all the good and the bad. That the head is where, when we put ourselves out there and maybe it doesn't go the way we expect, and you quote unquote become heartbroken because you didn't get that job that was going to make you completely happy. You didn't have that great relationship that you thought was made of love and was going to make you extremely happy. This is what is in our head. Our hearts truly are never broken. They may feel that. They may crack open, but that is for our love to shine through, our love to come in. Our heart is the greatest expression of our love. It is where our happiness is. It is where we connect to Mother Earth and our earthly experiences, but bring in the divine, our intuition. It brings in that divine, that pure unconditional love. Anahata Kali is here to help you break down the walls that you have put up, to help you fulfill your sacred path, your soul's journey. With these walls up, you are not allowing yourself to fully experience everything in the world. And through all these experiences, the sadness, the anger, the joy, the happiness, that's where our love evolves and grows. And that's where we connect deeper into our hearts and deeper into this divine love. You put these walls up. You allow yourself to stay in the suffering. You allow yourself to not allow love in, not allow joy in, and not allow happiness in. Anahata Kali is here to help you begin to break down those walls, to allow love to come in, to remember that our purpose here is to joy and happiness, to have fun. But all those other pieces helps us gain wisdom, to gain knowledge, to help us on our soul's journey. When we take the time to sit in it, to feel it, instead of to put a Band-Aid on and allow it to sit there with us. And instead of feeling love, we sit in the pain and we sit in the suffering. She is here to help us move into our hearts, to have a greater love for ourselves, for others, and strengthening our connection to that divine love, to follow that path. Our next wonderful goddess we have, when I first saw her, I was a little taken back by her form. And it's Chamunda. Her form is so intense. The red actually represents the blood. She comes with another really beautiful, intense message for us. She comes in this form because she is the goddess of death, but she also helps us to heal our karma. And our karma is not about what we did and what those actions are. Our karma is about things that we have brought into us, beliefs that we believe that come into us, some things that we may have come into our lifetimes with, or some things that our ancestors have brought forth. And it could be something as simple as this. In an Italian family, the mother always looks out for the sons and mothers the sons and are always there, and the sons, no matter what they do, can almost do nothing wrong, and they will always be there to support and take care of them. And this is from experience, but this is not to say something is wrong or right. I'm just using this as an example. Okay, an example of a karma that we brought in. So then you move in and it's passed down, and it shifts and changes, just maybe throughout different lifetimes, but this same type of pattern is passed down. This pattern is a karmic pattern, a family karmic pattern. And she is here to help us say, no, we don't have to follow this karmic pattern. We can heal this karmic pattern. We can shift this karmic pattern. We can change these karmas. We no longer have to carry these with us in our life. But the greater message I feel that comes through Chamunda is that she helps us to heal and break through the toxic masculinity and helps us to honor our divine feminine. And this is whether you are male or whether you are female. And the toxic masculinity is this negative expression of the masculine. And for many years, many centuries, hundreds and hundreds of years, we as a society has been more in this masculinity. And I would say probably more in this toxic masculinity, wanting to overpower others is one form of this. Wanting to compare ourselves to others, to say, I'm better than you. And in this toxic masculinity, we have began to shun our feminine, our divine feminine within. Now, the divine feminine and the divine masculine is meant to be here in unity. We are meant to be in balance of our divine feminine and masculine. And balance is more of this counterbalance. Your ebb and flow. Your ebb and flow. It's like this. When you work out, you have a day of rest. You have a recovery period, right? So you work out, you have recovery. When you don't have recovery, you overdo it. You can overextend yourselves. You can hurt yourself. Too much recovery or too much rest and not enough activity can have the other thing where maybe your body is starting to not be as healthy, or maybe you start to have some aches and pains, and you need this balance, right? So that's what this is, the balance of this divine masculine and divine feminine in the highest good, in their highest aspects, is this ebb and flow that you have within. You step into your masculine power and you allow your divine feminine to nurture it. This is just an example of different ways that you can move in and out of divine feminine and masculine. And if you do actually would like to learn more about it, you can go to my website, Intuitive Heart Healer, and purchase the divine, connect to the divine feminine, because that's really what I talk about, is not shunning the divine masculine, but learning to heal the divine masculine, but also to connect with the divine feminine, what it is that you can bring this in. And this will help you to sustain a higher frequency, to raise your vibration, to connect more spiritually. So where can you heal? And when you allow more love in, you allow yourself to be protected from the lower vibrational energies. And Chamunda is also a protector. She comes to us to help protect us, even when we don't even realize that we have something that we need protection for. And things are unintentional. And when I talk about energy, and I talked about the everything in energy, I believe I talked about how sometimes we see somebody and are like, oh my God, they're so happy, they're so joyful, I want a piece of that. That is unintentionally going out to grab a piece of that person. And in essence, you are unintentionally taking and draining that person. And that is when she can step in to help protect the person who is so happy from this lower vibrational energy that is trying to unintentionally take her energy. It can also be done intentionally. And we do this without realizing it. When I talk to sometimes with people and we talk about tarot cards and they say, oh, you can do evil with that. Well, you know what? You can do evil with your words. When you're not in the highest vibration, when you do not have the highest intentions, you can do, and I don't like to use the word evil, but you can do evil. And I always say, think of witches, and people are like, oh, witches do bad things, they do black magic. No, not all witches does. It's not even that. It is about magic, but it's your intentions and how you use the magic. So she will help protect you from those low intentions. And when I say your words are, you talk about somebody in a negative way and you keep sharing these things over and over again, quote unquote gossip, right? When you're gossiping about somebody and what they did and how they did something or that was not maybe the best, you are sending these lower vibrational vibes, these negative things, that you're pulling on those energies, and she can help protect you from those energies. So she's a great protector to also bring in. And in a time in this country where when I say country, it's also the world, but I'm referring more to the US, but this is happening throughout the whole entire world, where you have such this divine in swings, and you have one group of people talking one way and another group of people talking another way, you are you're bringing in this lower vibration, you're bringing in this negativity. So she's also here to remind us that to be a higher vibrational being, to higher our frequencies, these kind of talk should begin to be eliminated from you and what you say. I had an experience. I got on the elevator and I had a choice when I got on the elevator. There was a guy already on the elevator and he wasn't wearing a mask. I live on the 10th floor of a building. I had my mask on. I got on the elevator and I could see him instantly starting to fumble and he goes, "Don't worry, I have my mask." And I said, "I'm not worried." I said, "I'm not here to judge you, and nor should anybody be here to judge you because you choose to wear a mask or not to wear a mask." I said, "I had a choice. I could have not stepped onto this elevator. I made this choice to step onto this elevator." And I said, if more of us focused on ourselves rather than everybody else, how much joy and happiness could we be in this world? And how could we stop deflecting things within us outwardly to others? Which brings us to our next goddess that we have here, Chinnamasta. And man, when I pulled this card, I have to be honest, I was taken back. It's a severed head. But the severed head is still alive because the blood is still flowing. So Chinnamasta means beheaded. But it is a card that represents self-liberation. It is a chance for us to begin to reorient ourselves, regenerate ourselves, to change ourselves in a new way. Sometimes change has to be dramatic. Sometimes we do have to sever something which is not from our heart in order us to make a big change for our heart, a big change for us to be free, something to help us become free. This is about you. It's about how you view yourself, about how you have attachments, about how you feel. It's not about others. It's not about how others view you. It's not about how others attach to you. It's not about your status. It's not about other people's status. It's about your own personal power, your own personal freedom, your own personal point of view. It's about how you see yourself. It's about how you choose to show up in this world. And a lot of the times, there are not people standing in our way. Actually, every time there is not people standing in our way. There is only you standing in your own way. And she's a reminder it is time for you to step aside and get out of your own way so that you can bring in more love, so that you can bring in your spiritual practice. Follow your intuition. Be divinely guided. Know that you are here for a higher purpose. And to make that shift and change in the world, it has to start with you. If you get into these battles between people, instead of being in your heart center where you can listen, you can discern what can be true. You can come from a place of love with articulate points of views instead of attacking, you can make more of an impact on this world. You can make a huger impact on yourself. Do you want to let yourself free? Do you want to be free? And sometimes you have to face those hard truths about yourself. Some things that others may see in you that you are refusing to see within yourself. And you may have to say goodbye to a piece of you. And that'll be sad. And you will grieve it. Even if it was something lower vibrational that was not allowing you to step into a higher vibration, to step in more love, into more love. It does not mean that you will not grieve it. It does not mean that it will not hurt to let it go. But remember, it's through these pains and suffering that you will find the gratitude, you will find the wisdom, you will find the knowledge, and you will find more love. Become more divinely guided by love, living in this heart center. And so, yes, my friends, my beautiful souls that are out there listening to, this may seem like a huge challenge for the month of February. For some of you, fears may be surfacing that, oh my God, I have to face this. But know that when you do, you are choosing more love. You're choosing more light. You're choosing to be divinely guided, and you're choosing to help this planet in a way beyond words by shifting your vibration, by being a higher vibrational being. Allow yourself to go through this transformation. Allow yourself to feel the suffering, to be in those feelings so you can transform them into a higher vibration. Call in these wonderful goddesses to help you transfer this energy, to help you reinvent yourself, to help you be in more love. You got this. You can rise above those lower vibrations and become a higher vibrational being. It may feel dark at times. It may feel heavy at times. May feel sad at times. You may hurt. But the outcome will be worth it when you allow the love to come through, the beauty to come through. You allow yourself to follow your life purpose. You will begin to feel better spiritually, emotionally, and physically. You will almost skip through life instead of feeling weighed down, because those dense energies of anger and sadness and frustration and trying to prove your point that you're right weigh you down. And when you release them, you will feel so much lighter. It's not saying that somebody's not right. It's about choosing yourself. It's about choosing peace. It's about becoming free and not feeling like you're bound by those words and those feelings. So choose your freedom this month. Allow the love to come through. And allow yourself the transformation. Thank you all for joining me today. I am so grateful to have you all here. If you would like a more personal reading or some assistance in helping you to transform some of these lower vibrational energies, you can check out my services at Intuitive Heart Healing, intuitivehearthealer.com. I have this wonderful healing called quantum healing that allows you instantaneous healing through different techniques, to going back into some timelines to help bring that wisdom and knowledge and heal and move forward. You can follow me on Instagram and TikTok at Intuitive Heart Healer. Join my Intuitive Heart Healer group on Facebook. Make sure to subscribe to this video so that you are aware of more videos that come through. And until next time, go out and spread some love in this world. I am sending all my love to all of you. Bye-bye for now.